and welcome back to the channel. I hope you've had a great day and an amazing week so far. We are finally at part 8. We only have 2 more parts to this 10-part series called How to Actually Change Your Life. If this is the first video you're seeing, please make sure to go watch parts 1 through 7. Super important to this entire series. Every single part is going to be another aspect of how to actually change your life, where to get started. So part 1, please go check that out first and then watch the other parts once you get a chance, of course. I try not to make any of these videos too long or, over an hour. Honestly, every video is like 20 minutes or less because I want it to be very bite-sized, very digestible. You can watch it while you're doing your dishes, while you're in the car. Obviously, listen while you're in the car. Don't watch it while you're in the car. But so anyways, before we jump into today's video, please make sure to like and subscribe to support this channel and follow me across all socials at Coach Ange222. Today's topic, we are talking about building self-trust and self-concept. What does this mean exactly, you might ask? With building self-trust and self-concept, how this can actually change your life? Astronomical. Because if you don't trust yourself, who are you going to trust? We're going to constantly put our trust in other people to help save us and do the things for us? No. So building self-trust and building the concept in our minds of who we really are and what that really looks like, and if we're confident, if I'm worthy, if I'm good enough, that is self-concept. If your self-concept is bad, where you think I'm never going to be good enough, I'm never smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not capable, you're never going to actually achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve. You're never going to change your life because you already beat yourself in your mind. You already think I'm not even good enough to even try, so why try? So that's why building self-trust and your self-concept is so important in this process. The first thing on this is understanding that unfortunately a lot of us were taught to not trust ourselves. And this ties into actually part 5 of this series, which is trusting your intuition. A lot of us were not taught how to trust ourselves. We constantly were gaslit out of our own feelings, our own emotions, our thoughts. We were just told, listen to your elders, don't think about it. You're being just dramatic and you're being sensitive. And unfortunately, a lot of people were raised by emotionally unavailable or emotionally immature people, or had peers or others who were in that same cycle and loop. So therefore, we didn't know how to trust ourselves because we're constantly taught not to. And having self-trust, you need to trust yourself and your gut, and you need to trust your intuition. You need to trust your body when it's telling you, I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. I don't feel right here. My gut is telling me I need to go. It's telling me I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be around these people. I shouldn't be doing these things. And it's so hard when you learn at such a young age to not trust yourself that by the time you're an adult, you don't even know what that looks like. You don't even know what that means, right? Making sure that you start to actually listen in and trust yourself. Again, go watch part 5 of the series talking about learning how to trust your intuition. Super important. Then to segue off of that and, again, trusting your intuition and making sure that we undo this idea that we don't ever trust ourselves, we also need to learn to stop breaking the promises we've made to ourselves. It's as small as going to bed at the time we said we were going to, or eating the way we said we were going to, or meditating when we said we wanted to, or, when we're in a certain dating situation, promising yourself, I'm never going to be with someone who treats me like this, or I'm never going to be with someone who acts like this, or I'm not going to do XYZ, or I'm not going to stay once this and this happens. And then you stay, your body and your mind, it's so difficult because you are starting to see, hey, I can't even trust myself to change my circumstances, to change my environment when I need to. So making sure that you stop breaking those promises to yourself is going to be super important, because again, who is going to be there? The only person that's in your mind is you. If anything, try to start keeping the small promises to yourself, even again, as small as waking up when you said you would, or going to bed when you said you would, or remembering just to do the little things. Doing those little things will then add up to the bigger things. When you really need to trust yourself, like leaving a big relationship, moving, changing that job, you'll already know what it's like to trust yourself and be able to make those executive decisions in your life instead of having to constantly seek outside counsel, outside help. I always have to call somebody. Do I think it's important to have outside perspectives and opinions? Absolutely. But you should know this is the right decision for me, not, oh, because so-and-so said it is, that's the only reason why I'm making this decision. Last thing on this is having good self-trust and, again, building that self-concept. It all really comes back to having good, healthy boundaries. Because if you can't trust yourself to maintain a boundary, then you're never going to trust yourself. Again, boundaries can be with anything, with your family, with your friends, with your work, with your partner, and then even with yourself. If you can't keep these boundaries, then it's very difficult to believe and trust in yourself and then have that good self concept that I am capable, I am worthy because I'm keeping these promises to myself. I'm capable of doing these things for myself. I'm capable of achieving these bigger goals because I've already done the smaller ones. If we can't even do the small ones, it's going to be very difficult to tell ourselves and trust ourselves to do the big things, like starting that business, like making a big leap in your career, like taking a big risk. If you can't even trust yourself in the little things, it's going to be very, very, very tough to trust yourself in the big moments when you're like, I have no evidence that I'm even capable of doing this because I've never done this before. So you have to start small, build the confidence, build the trust. Therefore, when it's a big, big decision, you're like, I got this. I've done this before. No worries. Always worries. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always going to be a little bit of that nervous energy, but it's not going to feel so big because you've already done things in your past to create that self trust, building that self concept that is, I am worthy, I am capable because I've done these things before, I've made these decisions before, I've trusted myself and my intuition before. As always, I wanted to keep this video short, nothing too crazy, but just enough information for you to start getting your mind rolling of like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I can start to make these small little tweaks. Everything starts with the smaller steps, okay? So if you ever have any questions or want to know more, please comment below. If you want any one-on-one help, I do offer one-on-one clarity calls that you can book in the description box. You can book those at any time. If you want to subscribe to The Cosmic Queen, that is a weekly newsletter that goes out with astrology updates, weekly affirmations, and more. Subscribe for free below as well in the description box. And of course, if you have any questions or feedback, please put those in the comments below. Thank you again so much for being here today and watching this video to this point. Again, don't forget to watch parts 1 through 7 of the series as well when you get a chance. All of them are important when you are actually trying to change your life. That is it for part 8. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all in part 9. Bye.